This is Antarctica, which for centuries has been out of human reach and has remained a great mystery. Whether it's the blood falls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under the ice, there are many myths and mysteries about Antarctica that remain unsolved to this day. Antarctica is the only continent on Earth where no humans live, because temperatures can drop to minus 90 degrees Celsius here. Additionally, snowstorms with speeds of 300 kilometers per hour also occur. In this way, Antarctica is also the driest continent on Earth. So dry that you might be surprised to know that it is even called a desert, as it receives only 51 millimeters of rainfall. Despite all this, for the past several hundred years, many countries have been trying to take control of Antarctica. Look at this map of Antarctica. France claims this part, Norway claims this part, Australia claims this entire right side. Similarly, Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim certain parts of Antarctica. But what is the reason behind this? What is there under this layer of ice that the superpowers of the world want to take control of? Today, we are going to solve some of Antarctica's mysteries, and along with that, we will explore who actually discovered Antarctica. And in the end, we will also see what secrets lie beneath this ice that the superpowers of the world are aware of, which is why they want to control Antarctica. Who discovered Antarctica depends on whom you ask. The British claim that they discovered Antarctica, while the Russians claim that they were the first to set foot there. However, the mention of Antarctica dates back to thousands of years ago, when Greek philosopher Aristotle mentioned it, saying that the Earth is round and the North and South poles are mirror images of each other. In 2021, a study was published by the Royal Society of New Zealand, stating that the Maori people living on Polynesian islands near Australia might have been the first humans to reach Antarctica in the 7th century because their old stories mention a snowy continent located on the southern side of the Earth. In recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European to reach close to Antarctica by crossing the Antarctic Circle. But he was still 130 kilometers away from Antarctica when he turned his ship back because, although he didn't see Antarctica, he did see icebergs floating in the water, and the sea was so rough that it was too dangerous to proceed further. That's why James Cook said that reaching this southern continent is so dangerous that perhaps no human will ever come here. After Captain Cook, many others tried to discover Antarctica, but were unsuccessful. Then in the 19th century, competition between countries for economic dominance began. The world was now moving towards a new world order. Resources and new trade routes were being discovered, industries were being set up, and every country wanted to become a superpower in the coming century. For this reason, explorations were on the rise. In 1819, the Russian Empire tasked Russian explorer Fabian von Bellingshausen with circumnavigating the globe and discovering new countries and continents. In 1820, Fabian proved Captain Cook's prediction wrong, and after reaching the Southern Ocean, saw Antarctica from very close. Although he didn't set foot on Antarctica, he is considered the first person in modern history to have seen Antarctica. Then between 1900 and 1920, many explorers turned towards Antarctica. British explorer Robert Falcon Scott landed on Antarctica with his team in 1911 and went nearly 400 miles inland. But due to bad weather and hunger, he had to turn back. However, this return journey proved to be very dreadful. Scott and his team got trapped in severe cold and snowstorms, and they all perished. After World War I, many countries sent their teams here and tried to claim this continent. In 1939, on Hitler's orders, the German Air Force also dropped Nazi flags here to show that this area was under Nazi Germany's control. After World War II, many countries set up their research stations here, and from here, mysterious discoveries about Antarctica began. The first and biggest mysterious discovery is that at one time, Antarctica wasn't covered with ice, but with dense forests. According to scientists from Imperial College London, they found fossilized wood here, indicating that around 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a warm continent with dense forests. Besides this, they also found fossils of some insects that only live in warm areas. The second major and mysterious discovery about Antarctica is that beneath this 3-kilometer thick ice, there are 400 lakes with their own ecosystems. There are such marine animals there that are found nowhere else in the world, like these large spiders and see-through jellyfish. Beneath this ice is a completely different world. Similarly, another thing in Antarctica that has puzzled many explorers for years is these bloody waterfalls in the McMurdo Valley. These waterfalls look like blood is flowing out of the ice. However, recently scientists discovered that the red color of this waterfall is because the water comes from a very salty lake that is now covered by several hundred feet of ice and is completely cut off from the atmosphere. This water has a very high iron content, and when it comes to the surface, the iron oxidizes due to oxygen and sunlight, giving it a rust-like color. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy about Antarctica is that there might be an ancient civilization buried under this ice. Many people have claimed that alien spaceships have also been seen here. In 2016, many unusual activities were recorded in Antarctica on Google Earth. While conspiracy theorists have called these alien UFOs, many political experts believe these are secret air operations by the US and other countries that they are conducting in Antarctica. And here comes Antarctica's hidden political front, of which very few people are aware. While the rest of the world is entangled in other geopolitical issues, the US, China, and the Soviet Union are aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. In fact, China has set up multiple research stations there. According to the Antarctic Treaty of 1969, any country can conduct scientific investigations in Antarctica, but they must share the results of these studies with all other countries. In 1992, a U.S. Geological Department survey revealed that Antarctica has 500 billion barrels of natural gas and oil reserves. However, China and these other countries are not interested in the oil and gas of Antarctica. Instead, recently, large quantities of rare earth minerals like ohmium, praseodymium, terbium, and dysprosium have been discovered in Antarctica. These are the minerals that are used in all electronic devices, and because the world's focus is now shifting from oil and gas to energy resources that power electronic devices, the demand for these minerals is greater than that for oil and gas. Electric cars and ion batteries are the future now, and this race to control the future has brought these superpowers into Antarctica's ice and storms. The last mysterious discovery of Antarctica is the Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean is considered one of the most dangerous seas in the world. Our world's climate and water supply are controlled by the Southern Ocean because it also merges with the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. According to scientists, the Southern Ocean absorbs 15% of the world's carbon emissions, and with global warming, the importance of this ocean is increasing because the ice is melting here, and with the melting ice, many treasures are now surfacing. The seas where humans once couldn't even think of going are soon going to become important trade routes. Many studies are still being conducted in Antarctica, and who knows what other mysterious things will be discovered about Antarctica in the future. These are all the sources we consulted for this video. If you like topics like these, please let us know in the comments below. We'll meet in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care.